It's a cold February morning. It's February the 10th, and I really just kind of got my new purchases from the Missouri Botanical Garden, the Orchid show there in the greenhouse. And so I'm going to try to go through the greenhouse and point them out to you, and maybe to say a little bit about my new purchases, my haul. I did that sort of rough video that was very out of focus and kind of embarrassed about it, so I kind of wanted to come back and hopefully show you guys those plants again in a better light, and actually say a few things about them. Okay, so the first plant that I'm seeing here, excuse the price tags on them, I just haven't tidied up a bit. But anyhow, this is the first one that I got. This is Maxillaria Maui coconut. It's a cross between tenuifolia and sanguinea. I have tenuifolia, which is right here. It's got the new growth, looks like it's maturing. I'm not sure how strong it looks. I'm not sure if I don't see any evidence of any new flower buds, but at least it's maturing its new growths. But this plant has a similar fragrance, which is maybe a milder version of the coconut, because it is crossed with sanguinea, which I think has a sweeter fragrance to it, but similar growth habit. So I'm really looking forward to this cross. I believe someone in my Orchid Society here in Champaign has this cross, and I saw the flower at one point. Right here I have a new plant. This is Eparamatostigma dies. Paphiopedilum dies. I know I butchered that, but it's a healthy mounted plant. It has many keys on it, lots of roots. Right now I'm just misting it, trying to get it adapted to the new environment, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. This is a decent spot for it. He did tell me that it is going to start spiking pretty soon. He said it spikes from between the fans. And he was pointing out some, actually there's one right there, I do believe. See if I can get my camera on here, right there. Something. That looks like a spike to me. This plant never had one. It gets pendant. They almost look like grape clusters, grape hyacinth, as they lengthen and droop. I'm not sure. Actually, is that another one right there, or is that a root? I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, that does look like a spike to me. Okay. I do believe this species is white, drooping sort of clusters. Looks like grapes, very small flowers, but many flowers along the cluster. And right above that is another plant that I got at the sale. This is a very coveted, well, for me, Stanhopea hybrid. This is called Stanhopea Thunder Bird. It's a cross between insignis, dark jungle, with tigrina, black tiger. So I anticipate a very dramatic, darkish flower, probably with some of the browns and reds, dark red, the tigrina, this variety, dark jungle. Just seems like it should be on the dark side. Pretty healthy. Stanhopea, obviously a division. Right over here here is another new purchase, a plant that I've been wanting to get for a long time. This is Dendrobium anceps. Very healthy division. These plants get a dry rest and flower in the spring, and then you start watering them when the new growth forms. I do believe this is actually in bud, if I can find it. Take this down without making a mess. Okay. Yeah, actually there's the bud. Well, it's not going to, but that's okay. And it's a peculiar shaped flower. I don't know much about them. I've seen the flowers, but they're very inconspicuous. I just love the foliage. It looks very succulent-like. So that's another one. Over here, sorry about the light. Let me turn that off. That's annoying. Now maybe you can't see, so maybe I should turn it back on. Okay, I did get some Laturia Dendrobiums. I had made the decision prior to show season that I would be specifically looking for Laturias. This particular vendor that was at the sale last year that I bought some plants from and really restrained myself. I knew that they had Laturias as well as some Ambracoids, small seedlings. And you can see their prices were very, very good. 6 for $30. So anyway, here there are a couple of Laturia Dendrobiums. This is Dendrobium. This is a cross. This is aberrans times eximium. So I'm not particularly sure what the flower looks like. I believe that this is gosh, I'll have to come back to it. I have another cross of almost the same, these two species, snowflake, I want to say, something like that. But I have a bigger plant in my kitchen that I will show you here shortly. But I believe it does have eximium or aberrans there. But I believe it's like a little small white, sort of nodding in the wind flower, very cute. Plant stays pretty compact and miniature. Again, it's a Laturia. They don't really want to have too much of a break from water. Maybe cut back a little bit, but still water pretty regularly. The other one that's here is, I believe this is by Falke, which is also a Laturia Dendrobium. Yeah, this is by Falke. From New Guinea. These all like intermediate conditions. They do like a lot of water in the summer. You know, in the same class of orchids as Alexandrii, Johnsonii, Spectabile. This is another new plant that I got. This is VC Hippodamia. Again, nice roots. Well, you can't really see the root tip, but it's like a red root tip. And nice new growth that's maturing. This is a cross between Brassivola nodosa and Eclandii. So it has a greenish flower, spotted, stays miniature, lime green. I don't think it has a fragrance, but it stays pretty compact. Love spotted flowers. Let's see here. sorry, I just don't. I had got so many plants, I don't know where I put them all. Here's another plant that's brand new, and this I got this one because it's similar to Dendrobium anceps. This is a Dendrobium. This is Dendrobium. Let me get the tab because I know I will butcher the name. I can't get it out of the plant, but it's upside down, so it's. I will put it in the description because I'm not doing a good job of showing it. But anyway, I believe that this has a similar growth habit as anceps, as you can see by the succulent looking foliage. This is a healthy looking plant, lots of nice growth. Looks like it's in active growth. Nice roots, and it does, as anceps does, bloom from the underside of, and can tend to be very floriferous. Okay, this probably was my highlight of my whole purchases. This is, of course, it's Phalaenopsis. And it's in flower, of course, as you can see here. Fuzzy little thing. I haven't, well, I did smell the scent when I first got it and got the whole weekend. Since I put it out in the greenhouse, I really haven't smelled it much. It's probably not in the best of spots because it's right in the direct of, well, my humidifier is right there. I've got this palm here, and my only heater that I have on that heats my greenhouse. I actually have 3 of them, but this is the only one that I'm using this year because my other one is tucked behind this shelf up here. And so, of course, I can't use that. That'd be a fool to use that. So, I'm using this one. So, oh my gosh. Okay. Little accident. So yeah, so I had to turn the heat up. Maybe I need to water it. I don't know. It kind of looks like the flowers are fading a little bit, but it's still very spectacular. I have it hanging next to my Phalaenopsis gigantea, and it is just as big. If I can pan out, I have a very narrow greenhouse. But yeah, the leaves are, a little bit longer. You can tell that they were made for rapid evacuation of water, so the water doesn't stay in the crown of the bulbs. But yeah, not much smell at this moment. But since I'm here at my gigantea, I know this is always in spike. But the flowers, they are getting there. You can start to see the striping on the outside. And there's some more buds up there. Okay. Let me see what else is there. I know I'm going to miss something. Okay, I did get these Telumnias. That were really cheap, pretty common. Most of you, I'm sure, already have them. They're pretty trendy right now, and they're just still in tight bud, slowly opening, but not quite there yet. Telumnia pink, Panther, I believe, and this one is orange Genting. And that's that. I'm not sure if they will stay there, probably not. I know they like it to be more warm and probably higher light, so I'll probably have to raise them up and hang them from the top of my greenhouse, which I should do anyway. Okay, let me see. I just know I'm going to miss something. I wanted to point this out. This is my area. I mounted this. This used to be potted up when I got it, but I mounted it. This is an area javanica. It produces flowers that come from almost like a zygote from the inside of the fan here, and the flower spike can be 2 feet long, and it gets star-shaped flowers that are very fragrant and they're very long-lasting, and it blooms over a long period of time. Since I mounted it, of course, it has established. You can see the roots are, they're all the way back in here. So they have attached themselves to the log. I mean, not the log, piece of wood mount, this piece of cork. But this new growth is looking pretty strong. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. Let's see, what else did I get? I got this little Mycetidium capense. This is in the Angrecoid family. It gets star-shaped, very small, tiny flowers. It's a miniature. I may mount this up sometime. I have some other Mycetidiums. This is a group of actually this is in a range. It's Mycetidii, but these up here are Mycetidii. Both of these. So I may end up mounting this. This tends to be where I keep all of my cool-loving plants. I also got at the sale, I got a couple of these Eurychrone Rothschildianums. This is also an Angrecoid, and it flowers from the underside. Very small, white flower. I got 2 of them since they were such a good deal. I used to have one that bloomed. I think it bloomed itself out, like killed itself, bloomed itself to death, because it was always in bloom. And then the next day, one day I came out of the greenhouse and it was dying, and I knew it because it just started browning, and then it was gone. So I've always wanted one, and I got 2 of them. But the flower is white, small, and it's got green around the edges. I don't think there's a fragrance to it, but as I said, it is an Angrecoid, and I love them. This is not a plant that I got, but I've had it. I got it this summer, and this is Paphiopedilum armeniacum. This is it gets a long inflorescence, and it has a yellow flower on it, and it looks like it's in spike. Well, it's in bud, or not bud, but it's pushing up a flower spike, I do believe. These plants love it on the cool side. These hail from China. Let's see. What's over here? I just want to point out this plant. This is something that I've had. This is a Zygopedilum. I actually got this about last spring. And it's got 2 new growths that are pretty healthy, so I'm really glad about that. I've never really successfully kept a zygote over winter. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, because winter is still here, as evident by the chilly weather outside, but still success, I would say, for maintaining some new growth. I'm not sure what else. Where are my plants that I got? Oh, these spikes on this Dendrobium speciosum continuing to elongate. Hopefully it's going to be peaking at the show, which is March 5th here, the local show. It's going to be quite a sight, that's for sure. It's a big plant. I don't know, this one doesn't look so good, but all the rest of them, hey, I'll take it. At that Missouri show, I made a video. As you're walking in there, they had these plants in full bloom, of course, and smelling, you know, scenting the whole entry with their sweet fragrance. It's intoxicating, and I'm just looking forward to that so much. This is my Monniera Millennium Magic that's been in spike, seems like, for 6 months. And I was actually concerned about it because the spike was like an albino. But it looks like it's forming some color now. If you can see that. But there again, the plant did lose one leaf, but for the most part, still has its leaves. So I still haven't given it a drop of water since it's began to spike, and I really haven't watered it at all. And I haven't watered this plant either, which was in spike, and I do believe all of its, yeah, the blooms just blasted. So, oh well, I'll have to do better next year. This was my Laturia cross. I believe it's called green something. Little green apples, that's what it is. I know I must have some other plants around here because I think I bought 20-something plants. This is another plant that's in bud. That was a surprise. This is a little Dendrobium. Maybe it's now a Dacrylla. I believe this is Striolatum. I believe it's probably a Dacrylla. But yeah, that's in bud. I do believe the blooms may be fragrant, but they have stripes, hence the Striolatum name. My Shukiana has another flower on it. I guess the other flower that it had fell off. But yeah, there's another flower. And this is pretty early for this plant to be blooming. Usually doesn't bloom until closer in the spring, but I'm not really getting that picture so well. There it is right there. Well, oh, here's another plant. This is a Cattleya chocolate drop. And it's not the traditional chocolate drop, which is I believe it's a reddish flower. This is the variety chiffon yellow. So it is a yellow flower. Cross of Utada times Orantiaca. Orantiaca, yeah. Let's see. Oh, that one just bit the dust. It'll be okay. Yeah, okay, well, I guess that's about it. This is my Angraecum cross. Well, it's not an, it's an Aries, I believe. Actually, it's an Arangus. Citrata times Stylosa times Articulata. It's in spike. And I guess I should end this video because it just told me I was going to run out of power. I'm sure there must be some more plants here. This is my Dendrobium Amethyst Vase, and I've wanted one of these forever. And it is in. I got this at the sale, and it's in bud, and the buds are slowly coming open. There's 2 spikes on it. Such a deal for $15. No shipping. So I'm really looking forward to that. It gets, you know, cascading flowers, delicate pink and white. Very elegant, the ones that I've seen. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's probably it for now. If I find some other ones, I will let you know. Sorry this took so long. Alright, I just wanted to show you these other plants that I got at the show. The ones that I haven't put in the greenhouse yet, that are just in the house. First one up here is Maxillaria Maui. It's in growing in sphagnum, and does have some new growth that looks pretty healthy. So it's doing okay. This one next to it is Neostylus Lucneri, and it's in double spike. I haven't detected any fragrance yet. Not sure if it is fragrant. Thought it was, but that's that. Behind that is another Dendrobium Latoria that I picked up. This is Macrophyllum, and this gets greenish, spotted, hairy flowers. Nice, strong new growth. And right next to it is another Latoria cross. This is the sort of a cousin of the one that the seedling that I had out there in the greenhouse that I can't remember the name of it, but I said it was something like a snowflake. So yeah, this is mini snowflakes, and it has aberrans times Johnsonia. The other one was aberrans times eximium. So eximium, I know, has more of a frilly flower, whereas Johnsonia is more of an elegant white flower. Johnsonia has a lot of crosses for that white, very elegant, sort of wing-looking flower. So this has several spikes on it. And then the other one that I have here is this is a Cattleya that I got. It's Lalia Cattleya Aussie Sunset Cosmic Fire, which is a cross of Fires of Spring times Cattleya Jean May, and it's just beginning to peek open. It says it is a red-orange flower with red lips and flowers. Looks like that to me. Anyhow, I just wanted to kind of share that. I'll leave you with my dog, Coda. Say hi. All right. Enjoy your orchids.